Welcome to this episode of the Obscure Hotline. I am Bronson. I have the channel Audio Hotline, and this is...
It's a Barky Bark and the Funky Bunch with the Obscure Mike's hip-hop line.
Yes. Yeah. And he also has a couple other podcasts, Stuck in My Generation, Back Row Bitchin' Show.
Know, whatever.
Back Row Bitchin', what is it called? Back Row? Back
It's
Row
the bitching.
Show.
It's the bitching show. It's what I do best.
Dude, I mean, yeah, I get that. I'm a good bitcher as well. Yeah.
I just have a lot to bitch about, you know? There's just so many things wrong in the world.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. Like the fact that Kim Kardashian is even a thing makes me sad.
Yeah, and you know that's a double-edged sword, because part of me respects her because she's trying to fight for unlawful imprisonment. Which is a noble cause. Yes. And the other part of me is like, I can't stand any of you.
I know, dude.
It's just so cringy.
The whole no talent, no real substance, yet someone's insanely rich because they're just them. That always gets to me a little bit, but
it's bothersome. I mean, it's bothersome. There's no way around it. It's silly. But on the flip side, you've got talented people that are worse. Like, I'd rather sit down and talk to Kim than to sit down and talk to Kanye.
I agree with that.
Now, mostly 10 years ago, different story, because I actually really used to enjoy Kanye's music. Some straight bangers out of that guy. I mean, the talent was 1,000,000% real.
I agree.
But now he's nuts, and his last 3 albums probably have been just straight trash, in my opinion. But that's how that goes. That's how it goes.
That's true, man. Yeah, that is an interesting thing. Like, I think that longevity for a lot of musicians is very difficult, and a lot of it just relies.
I get it.
Yeah, like a lot of it just relies on, if they're going to continue to make money and be successful, is if they have really loyal fans, you know, which I feel like he does.
Yeah.
But,
oh, he does. Absolutely.
Yeah. That was a tangent for sure, but
it was. Yeah. But real quick, since we got on that tangent, before we talk about what we're using and all that good stuff, now I've got to know, because there's going to be some bumps today. I can tell you that. I'm just not prepared. I've got a one of these doohickeys. The old tripod.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
It's a little heavier, but one of the ones that comes with everything. Yeah. Every mic on Amazon comes with this.
Yeah.
But anyways, we were talking about longevity with artists. And that quickly had me thinking, like, how many bands, groups, artists, whatever, can you think of that you think that every single album is a banger, or over half just bangers? And putting your biases aside, because there's some bands that they literally can do no wrong.
That's true.
No matter what.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there are a couple bands that I can think of that I personally love that are more obscure bands that a lot of people wouldn't know, but if it was, and so it is kind of a biases thing, I would say, a little bit. But if it comes to pop culture, man, just dude, I don't know, man. That's actually really hard. That's really difficult.
It's really a tough one. Just for example, anyone who knows anything about me knows that I'm a massive Tool fan, and of course, I think every single album is a banger, but there are that's so really biased. But I mean, besides them, I think about bands that I love, and I go through their catalog, and some bands just catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah. Well, that's
and have I think you could be considered a real success if you have 2 albums that are critically acclaimed.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
That's successful.
Yeah.
Most bands might have 1.
I think that's
most
very
bands
true.
have none. A lot of bands have 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the band that I literally, I can just turn it on. There is one album that I'm isn't as good is the others, but there's still like some good songs on it. But I could like literally turn on their discography and just like be completely fine. That's the Ghost Inside. I could just like literally listen to them nonstop. Any album from any song, like I pretty much like it. And that's probably how you are with Tool. So
what genre is the Ghost Inside?
So I'd like melodic hardcore. So like they started more like traditional hardcore-ish, then kind of went a little bit more melodic. But yeah, dude, they're a sick band. They had like crazy shit happen to them where they got in like this really bad bus wreck and stuff, and like a lot of them were hospitalized for a long time. Their drummer lost their leg. Dude, they came back with an album. It's like one of the best fucking albums I've heard in a long time. And I was like, dude, like tragedy and stuff, it like really is fucked up and as shitty as it sounds can make
it's
a really
inspiring.
good artist. Yeah, it can make a really good musician. And
Yep.
it was always like this gimmicky bullshit thing that I always thought of. And it's so stupid now that I think about it, because like being a musician, you should be able to be happy and be a musician, but I never really thought that. So like for a long time when I'd be writing music, I would get in relationships and stuff and I'd be like, you know what, like if this works out, I just hope that no matter what, they just like completely fucking wreck me. Because then I can write a good album.
The way I do my best work, yeah.
You know, like, and that is when I've written the songs that I feel like are the best songs, you know, like bad relationships or, you know, certain situations that are difficult, dude. So, I mean, I kind of get it that, you know, after something that big that they came out with an album that was just fucking amazing, but it's also kind of sad that that's the way it is. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh,
Yeah.
Aerosmith was great before they stopped doing drugs, you know, like
Right.
the whole, you know, and whether that's true or not, I mean, it just kind of sucks that that's a thing, you know, but
Yeah. It really is. It's a thing though, you know,
Yeah.
and that's even as a Tool fan, even I will admit that like since the singer of the band has like gotten older and chilled out and
yeah,
gotten happier in life, like I like his vocals less.
That's fair,
there's
man.
less
Yeah.
There's a lot less angst. There's a lot less, you know, emotion,
absolutely.
and there's a lot more thought, and thought doesn't quite get it done.
Yep.
So
Yep. Absolutely.
emotions get it done.
Yep. Yeah. And that's an interesting thing
Get it
that's an interesting thing that I've noticed personally with recording vocalists, even guitar players, drummers, whatever. I've noticed that if I'm recording someone and they come into the studio and they've had like a really bad day or whatever, their drum track, their guitar track, their vocal track is always significantly better than when they come in a good mood. And it's weird, man. It's weird, but it makes sense.
It gives you that little bit extra.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're hitting something, whether it be a wall and your name is Chad, or you know,
Yeah,
anything like that, like you're going to hit it harder if you're pissed off.
it's true. That's
Just
very
are.
true. That just, yeah. Well, and I think that like music is such a release to a lot of like musicians and everything. So I think it's the way that they feel better. And so like really performing well and really pushing themselves makes them feel good, you know? So it's almost,
Right.
it is almost like a drug in its own, you know? But yeah, dude. So, well, yeah, let's get into let's talk about what we're using though. Let's move on to it.
I'm curious in yours, so you go ahead, because
I actually
feel like I've seen that mic already, and I half don't.
So I actually was curious if you could guess what microphone this was.
Oh man, it just like it looks like a Samson. The way that
getcha.
might, but I know it's not, because I don't even think you've used a Samson on this show.
No.
But that windscreen looks familiar. The slow tapering.
So
It's something nice, because it's really well machined.
So I will say this
From
doesn't-
here,
this
it
doesn't
looks
come
well
with
machined.
this. This doesn't come with this. So the windscreen is a Shure windscreen, but it fits on this
Okay.
microphone perfectly. But I will say you recommended this microphone to me.
Oh, hell,
And I'll
then
give you
it's
one
cheap.
other hint right there.
That it costs $8.
No, one other
Well,
hint.
it's not. It's It's not clear enough. I can't really. Oh, the Mackie.
Yep, there you go. I just thought if you saw the green, you'd be like, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
So it's the Mackie EM-89D.
EM-89D.
Yep. And then
That's the one.
Since it has green and it matches this so perfectly, I'm using the Lewitt Connect 6. It's kind of a dark picture there, but yeah. So I'm using that and warm audio cable, no DSP, and I guess in addition to that, I'm using this device like the switcher and everything that I'm using. That I was wondering.
I was going to ask you about that actually.
So the switcher that I'm using is it's the YoloBox Pro. I just got sent it. It's like it's nuts, dude. It's so cool.
That must be like we share the email for this podcast. And I saw yesterday, like YOLO LIV now has access to your account. And I'm like, who? And I looked and it was Obscure Hotline. And I was like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah. So what I did actually, and it's cool because this device, I don't need a computer to be plugged into it. Like I can have this, so we can go live on Obscure Hotline. I can go live on Audio Hotline directly from that. It has an Ethernet plug. It has Wi-Fi compatibility. You can put a SIM card in it. It's nuts, dude. It's so sick. So yeah, they sent that over, and that's something that I've kind of been interested in getting into a little bit more, not like a lot, is just like live streaming or just like using devices like that to record podcasts like this, So yeah, that's what I'm using. But you go ahead, man. Go for it.
Nothing exciting here. When you're at the office, so to speak, you work with what you got.
Yeah.
And I've got the M Audio Fast Track 2, which is at least thankfully $24.96. And I am using a mic lifter cable. Did you see that video?
Yes.
Just the XLR cable that has a mic lifter built in.
Yeah, very
So I'm
cool.
using the mic lifter cable. Yeah, it's coming really handy.
Nice.
But I got the mic lifter cable, and that's running to the SuperLux D421 with the mushroom head.
Very cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, get it, boy. Yeah. Hey. Hey.
And that's it.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay.
Who you haying?
I'm haying my cat, dude. She is like having a fit. She is unhappy with me not paying attention to her right now. She's very needy.
Well, maybe you should pay some attention to your cat.
I know, dude. Honestly, it's a struggle sometimes working at home, and like her being here, obviously. Like, dude, she'll just walk up and just like demand my attention, and she'll just like start crawling up my leg, and then as soon as she gets to the top part of the leg, the claws come out, and she's like, I'm gonna get your attention here. So yeah, she's the best though. She's so cute. Gila, come here.
I see you got some Halloween decorations in the background.
Yes, sir.
Halloween.
Don't rip a hole in my shirt, please. Thank you. Yeah, dude. No, I have some. I've got some skeletons and some pumpkins and stuff. Yeah, dude. Speaking of Halloween, I think that you said. Did you say? I know Halloween's not your favorite holiday. Is it Christmas or Thanksgiving?
No, it's none.
You don't like holidays?
Hate them all.
So I get that actually.
You're just taken aback. You're like, who am I doing this podcast with? Why am I doing this?
No, dude, straight up.
What?
I dislike pretty much every holiday aside from Halloween. I don't mind Thanksgiving. I despise Christmas though. I despise it.
Delight.
Yeah.
So do I.
I
really do. I mean,
it,
I've got kids, so there's like an hour of it is good.
Yeah.
Because I do enjoy seeing my kids happy, but other than that, everything else about the whole thing just pisses me off.
Yeah. No, I get that.
All of it.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. I guess I don't mind like the smaller holidays, like whatever, because I don't need to do anything for them. Like I don't have as much hatred towards them.
No, dog. Fuck them all.
Dude, well, that's the whole thing, though, with me, though, is like Halloween doesn't really have a lot of expectation. compared to Thanksgiving.
Halloween
and Christmas.
is fun.
Yeah.
If there was a favorite, it would probably be that, only because it's fun and some spooky shit comes out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you're not necessarily obligated to hand out candy. You can turn your lights off or whatever, and just watch a movie. But I mean, and so I think that's the whole nice thing about Halloween that I do enjoy is it's like the biggest holiday where it's themed and it's fun, but it has the least amount of expectation. And I like that because, like, Christmas drives me insane because there is so much expectation. And I'm like, it's just annoying how fake people are around Christmas.
Yeah. And like, it's just consumer garbage.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's actually it's kind of funny that way because, I mean, like, we technically do reviews for products where people will go and potentially buy them. So we are kind of consumer based. But honestly, like, I hate that. Like, I hate that part of it.
Well,
but it's more to help.
Consumerism is fine. It's I love getting packages. I just got one a few minutes ago. I love getting packages.
Yeah. I've
got my I'm pretty sure we could do a live unboxing.
Oh yeah.
Super quick and not exciting. So
love it.
That's Sweetwater.
Sweetwater, okay. Yeah.
Live unboxing. It is not my first, not my second, not my third, not my fourth, not my fifth,
Jesus,
not even my sixth, seventh, or eighth.
Dude, what is this?
Or ninth, or maybe even 10th, but this is 100% my double digit. I've had this 11 or 12 times.
Do you keep selling it?
It's not exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. I create, I throw together podcast packages, and I have transplanted the capsule from this into
a bunch of bodies
and sold those. It's an XM85.
Yeah.
It's I'm like the 20th, probably the 20th one that I've owned. They were $21 yesterday. So it's like, I don't have one. They're $21.
Yeah.
I probably need one, but I also want to do like the search for the XM8500 killer. So it's got to be 25 or below.
Word. Okay.
And I'm going to have to search deep in the realms of Chinese microphones and cheapo microphones. Something's got to be better than this.
I agree.
Sick of Bandrew's video, especially yesterday. I was like, I'm so sick of this being the best audio deal as far as microphones go.
Sorry.
I'm not sick of it because it's fine.
Yeah.
But I just want to see, there's got to be something else that's just as good or better for $25.
Yeah. It's coming if
maybe there's not.
What?
I don't know. Who else prices their microphones cheap? Behringer's like, I don't even know how they make money.
They're low, dude. Yeah. I know that there was that toner dynamic one that was around that price.
Was it good? I've never had that.
Yeah, it was fine. It was yeah, I wouldn't say it was necessarily better, but it was fine. Yeah, dude, I missed it. What was his video about?
It was just, he's rehashing some videos. Like he did a re-review of an SM7B a few months ago. He did he did the XM8500 again, which I don't know. I can't see myself doing that. I don't think I'm ever going to do a re-review.
The only time that I've thought about it is to correct a mistake I made.
Yeah,
I would totally re-review a pod mic, and I think the one that I really do want to re-review, once again, because like I was just getting into it and I really wanted to give it a better go, essentially, is the MD421 2 from Sennheiser.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
plastic.
Yeah. But yeah, like aside from those two, I don't really feel the urge. And those are literally just because I felt like things have changed so much and my opinion was either glowing or I didn't do a good enough job, So
yeah, I think you can accomplish a re-review simply by doing a shoot. No, not necessarily a shootout, but some kind of like, this is the budget champion, or this is everybody loves this mic, but
yes,
have we found better yet? Some kind of secondary storyline other than let's talk about this one again and just this one, because I do want to do what you said. I desperately need to make the video I've been planning on to where backtracking and mistake fixing and because I'm pretty sure I was glowing about the PD70 and the pod mic, and both of those mics are shit
because they were new, dude, because there wasn't anything like them yet. And so we were like, well, at least there's something now, like that's how I feel, at least,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you though. I
still don't understand the pod mic thing. People still talk about it and buy it.
Like it. Yeah.
I don't get it. It's really, it really does sound like a $10 capsule inside of a really, really, really good body. But it sounds like a $10 capsule. There's no special quality at all about the capsule. Like nothing. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There's no body. There's not even any, it's not shimmery or shiny. It's just kind of thin, normal. No, it's just unoffensive, but not, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like the most boring.
It's not necessarily unappealing, but it's just so boring and should be better, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it's unoffensive, but I never want to do a recording with that sound.
Yeah. Well, and that's the funny thing is like we've talked about, I did a good review of the pod mic. You did a good review of the pod mic. And in my mind for a long time, I was like, okay, yeah, it's a good microphone. Cool. And then one day I was doing something random and I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull out the pod mic. I'm going to pull it out. And this was an opportunity where I got to do some post-processing and actually fix it up. And I will say, once I realized how much I had to do to get it to where I wanted, I was like, oh, fuck. I think I made a mistake,
Yeah.
I am interested in actually plugging it into the Rodecaster Pro 2 and see what kind of heavy lifting the Rodecaster Pro 2 tries to do for it with the DSP. I'd be interested to do that, but yeah.
With the pod, does it have
it has a pod mic setting.
Just like the old. Yeah.
So maybe in that instance, it would be fine. So I guess that's something I'll look into. But
I'm excited. I got the. Are you getting the Q9X?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm oddly excited about it, even though I didn't like the Q9U, because Samson is one of those companies I trust. So I'm kind of trusting that.
Yeah.
They said the capsule changed, so I'm kind of trusting that it is going to be. Yeah, I'm hoping for the best on that one. I don't know why I'm excited about it. I'm really kind of intrigued for it to show up.
It is funny because even the other day when I was texting you, I was like, of course, Samson is doing the only XLR version. And it's so funny to me because it's been so bass-ackwards with this whole thing of just being like, let's put out a USB.
Yeah, they start out with giving you everything.
I know. And then I'm like, let's take shit away now. And it's like, wait, what? Shouldn't you have started with an XLR version and been like, people like this, now let's add USB to it, but I don't know.
At the same time, it's brilliant.
It is brilliant.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, buy this. Listen, we've got a mic for you. You can plug it into your interface. You can plug it straight into your computer.
Yeah.
It's got a headphone jack, this thing. You can do anything with it for the low price of $270. Anything with it. Yeah. And then after sales slow down, they're like, you didn't like the price, did you? You people out there that didn't get it. Well, guess what? We have something for you. The same look, the same feel, the same weight almost.
Dude, yeah.
But just XLR. If you don't need the USB part, we did it for you. We got you covered. Look at this.
Yeah.
And it's only $179.
Yeah.
Awesome. Smart.
Business strategy is solid for it, especially for the people that
it's all the same stuff they probably got laying around in a warehouse. They're just get a back plate without the USB and stuff, and we can just,
Yeah. Yeah,
We've got all
true.
the parts. Let's capitalize.
Maybe tweak it a little bit, or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, the Q9X has a silver mesh grill instead of black.
I actually thought that was kind of hot. I'm gonna be real with you. I thought that was kind of cool.
I wasn't even saying it sarcastically.
Yeah.
Well, I was a little, because that's basically the only thing that separates it looks wise.
Yeah,
but I actually do think it looks better.
I've wanted a microphone that looks like the RE20, but I think the RE20 is good, but I don't know, for my voice, it's not great though. Like, I actually do like it for instruments.
That's one I kind of want to revisit.
Yeah. I think that it would sound really good on your voice, actually. I could see that.
I used it for a while. I at my podcast table, I had 3 of them for a little bit.
Oh, word. Yeah.
And, I enjoyed it, but I had one die. And with me, if a microphone dies, that's it. You're done.
It's literally dead
all
to you.
3 of those. Yep. Well, yeah, I sold every one of them.
Yeah.
And I think I got Procasters after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was solid. But I hear it now on other voices, and I'm like, there's just something I don't like with the RE20.
It's something in
but maybe I just need to own it again.
Yeah. I think it might be something in like the high mids. If I'm remembering correctly.
There's something.
It's definitely the high register
grading.
though. Yeah. I agree with that. Especially on my voice, dude. It was a little more harsh than I would like it to be. But yeah.
Yeah.
I did have it for a long time, and I love that, like, the black look with the silver mesh grit. Like, I think it's so cool.
Me too. But the one thing about that threw me off too is, like, once you have an RE20 in your hand and you have the RE320 in your hand, the RE320 is so much lighter.
It is way lighter,
and it just doesn't feel right. It just feels wrong in every way.
I agree with you.
Isn't it odd that we get on audio all the time? Why does that happen?
It's because it's a big part of our life, I feel like.
Would you say we're obsessed?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that. But yeah, dude, speaking of I want to show a picture of this. I sent you a picture of it the other day. But speaking of the RE320 and RE20 specifically, I was watching the new Halloween movie.
I've got a follow-up.
Yes.
For you after that.
So I was watching the new Halloween movie, and then I saw this image, and I literally paused the movie, and I was like, are you kidding me? Wait, let me see if I can get a good picture. Can you see it?
That's good.
Okay.
I can see it real good, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
with you tilting it down a little bit, it works out.
Okay. Yeah, look at that RE320 or RE20 right there. The way he's talking into that, dude. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, someone on that set, like, there is literally an audio guy there. Like, why wouldn't he be like, hey, let's not add to the culture of people not knowing how to fucking use microphones, like the Blue Yeti and the RE20 and everything, and like let's set it up correctly so we're not misguiding people. I think that's a big fucking part of why people talk into the top of the Blue Yeti or the side of the fucking RE20 is because they see shit like that and they're like, yeah, okay. That makes sense, I saw it in a movie, it's got to be true. Oh, dude, I was already pissed off at that movie.
Yeah,
I was already
how
fucking.
I like my RE20.
It's. Oh man,
fuck.
That's how I eat my hot dogs.
Yeah.
Just put it over my head, and I just. Dude, but yeah, I don't know. I was already like pissed off at that movie, and then that happened like toward the end of the movie, and I was like, I'm officially done with this fucking movie, dude. Like, I finished it, but I was like, I officially hate this movie. Like, this is it. That was the straw.
Have you ever heard of the channel, which is mostly a slim chance, but it's got a YouTube channel called House of Masks?
I don't think so, no.
Anyways, YouTube channel, House of Masks. It's fairly large. It's like over 100K. Mm-hmm. It's a dude that lives right here where I work. He's like, I could take a 2-minute drive down the street and go talk to him.
Okay.
But he's a massive Slipknot fan. And he has masks from like all their eras towards this and that. And he's got, of course, a ton of Michael Myers masks.
Ooh.
And he's, Halloween horror buff, that kind of thing. And he did his review. He came back from the theater immediately after watching that movie and did a video. And like he did a montage of him just grabbing all his Michael Myers masks, throwing them into a trash bag, went out back, threw them in the dumpster. Like he was mad. He was angry.
Dude,
he was
agree.
Like, he felt insulted.
Well, bro, like I always do like a Michael Myers like background for during October and everything, like I fucking love the Halloween. I love the idea of Michael Myers, but I gotta say, like I was telling you yesterday, in my mind, if there were only 2 movies in that franchise, I would be happy. The 1978 original and the 2018 kind of requel, I guess, in a way. But yeah, like if those were the 2 movies in that franchise, I'd be like, that's a fucking sick franchise and I think it's really good, but there's like 13. I think there's 13, including the Rob Zombie ones, I think. And that's just nuts, man. Like, yeah. Oh, well.
You mean you don't like H2O with LL Cool J?
Fuck, man. Okay, you got me. I do love that. Dude, that one, I remember actually watching it when I was younger and thinking like, oh, that was scary. Rewatching it. It's not good, though.
It was spooky. What about... Oh wait, yeah. So real quick on you sharing that picture, I of course you sent it to me, and I know you're not a social media guy, so it's like I got you on this, Bronson. So I posted it to my Obscure Mike's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and almost immediately some dude like retweeted the image and tagged his buddy and said, "See, I'm not the only one that's pissed off about this, like about the misuse of this microphone in this film." Dude. Like apparently he told his friend.
I love that, yeah.
And she was like, "I don't understand. Like only you would notice that." And he took the opportunity to be like, "Nope, this Obscure Mike's guy noticed."
Dude, I don't even usually say this, but I low-key, that's the thing I don't usually say, I low-key almost got into a fight with my wife over this. Because this is what happened.
Over that picture?
Oh, yes. So check it. We're watching the movie.
Okay.
And I pause it and I take the picture. And she's like, oh, are you going to like post that on Instagram? And I'm like, I don't really do shit like that. I need to be better about it, though. I really do. Especially just for Audio Hotline. Like, I don't care about personal shit. But like...
But you don't, honestly.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't. Even Bandrew with his like 400K or 399 or 299 or whatever it is, 299 I think.
Yeah.
Hey, there's not a lot of people following him on, it's the niche that we're in. I don't think it's necessary, honestly, but continue.
Yeah, so I take the picture and then I'm sending it to you immediately and she's like, "Are you sure that's not the right way to use that microphone?"
Oh, Mrs. Van Wagoner, you just fucked up.
She's like,
that's grounds for divorce.
Yeah, and then she proceeds to say, which dude, I absorbed this, and I did something that I'm glad that I did this instead of like just immediately responding, because my immediate response would not have been good. But then she proceeds to say, because it looks like it has speakers on the side of it. And I was like,
no.
Instead of me literally saying anything, I grab my computer that I literally have the Lewitt Connect 6 pulled up, Premiere Pro, open it, and in the end of that review, it's literally already open to a thumbnail of me using the RE20. And so I grab it and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I start playing it and I'm like, it sounds pretty good, right? And so that's what I did instead of getting mad. And man, but I don't know the last time that I was like on the verge of getting really pissed off, which is so stupid that like, cause she doesn't know, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't know, but like, I think the fact that she like questioned it, I was like, okay. I feel like nothing.
Well, the point is that she doesn't know. You don't speak on things that you don't know.
Yeah,
about.
that's valid. Yeah.
This is
dude, but
yeah,
dude. I was on
okay.
I was on the edge, but it's fine. It's fine. Like
speakers. It's got speakers.
It's got speakers on the side. You talk into the top and it actually projects it out the sides.
You should have instantly whipped out your piece and said, that's called a variable D. That is not speakers, baby. That's the variable D.
I did
and
actually.
If you ever want some variable D again, you will learn this shit.
You will learn this. Dude, that's actually funny that you say that, though, because after I showed her the thing and after a little bit passed and I calmed down, I was like, well, the reason that that microphone does look like that is actually it's this technology called variable D that tries to reject the sound, and so I was like explaining it a little bit to her and she was like, oh, okay, so.
And by technology, they just mean vents.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
It's fun because they call it variable D technology, but is there actually any tech in there causing that to?
That's I feel like it's kind of like when Scientologists call their books and everything technology. They always are like, that's
true. Yeah.
He came up with this technology, and I'm like, so he wrote it down in a book, but yeah.
Sweet ass tech right there. On Obscure Tech, I think I'll pull one of my heat vents out of the floor and just review it.
I like it. Yeah, you should do it.
Yeah.
Anything's technology if you call it technology, bro. You could open the Book of Mormon and just be like, read a verse and be like, could you check out that technology?
Look at the tech. When you were in that religion, did you practice soaking?
Fuck, man. This is like, so it's actually funny because so the only way that I stay up on social media is my wife showing me stuff. But it was funny because there was the Pat Bev podcast. And actually, I'm a big Pat Bev fan. Like, I think that he is so funny. Like, the way that he plays and everything, I love that guy because other people hate him, I think. I think it's kind of like...
You talking about Patrick Beverly?
Yeah, Patrick Beverly. Yeah. So there was this thing that came out on Instagram or social media in general where he's on this podcast called the Pat Bev Podcast, and it's with this guy, Roan, or whatever. And I had actually listened to that podcast first thing because I do like Pat Bev. And the guy that's the other host mentions him being traded to Utah and how it was like a short stint. But then he's like, so have you ever heard about soaking, And dude, but so all of a sudden soaking's being brought up a lot, and it's actually really funny because it's something I've known about for it's something I've known in practice for. I'm just joking. I can firmly say that I've never soaked. But which it's weird to think that if you're soaking and you invite someone in to jump on the bed, that's fucking weird, man. That's just...
Is that a thing?
Yeah. So there's a thing where they're not doing the motion, so therefore it's not the sin. But my argument to all of this is the initial penetration is their sin. So it's fucking bullshit. Obviously, that's just dumb. But it's just their way of being able to twist words and still essentially not really, I don't know, man. I guess in my eyes that's sex, but whatever.
Boys and girls, just in case you don't know, soaking is the act of inserting one's penis into one's vagina and not moving, but rather letting it soak.
Yes, just letting it soak.
Not a sin if you
soak.
Push it in, but then stop and then soak.
Dude, and
then pull it out and don't come.
That's penetration.
Makes tons of sense.
That's penetration.
Makes so much sense.
Oh my gosh. So, but yeah, some people that are soaking, since they can't do the motion, they'll have their friends come jump on the bed. So there's movement. Yeah. Or they'll they'll have them move the mattress somehow. Sometimes they'll just stand and soak and have them sway them back and forth. It's really fucking stupid, dude. It's really fucking stupid.
This is the bad, this is what sucks about religion.
Yep.
The loopholes. Like, oh, pastor, why did you sleep with a person in your congregation's daughter? Because God told me to. Loopholes.
Dude, the only loophole that I believe in is the poop hole loophole, and that's it. That is it, brother. I'm just joking. But yeah, no, there's that too. There's that in the LDS religion where people will just do anal because it's not vaginal, so therefore they don't think it's sex. Yeah.
So sodomy is not a sin in that religion then?
Apparently not, man. I don't know. Yeah.
Huh. Sodom soaking? Is that a thing?
Sodom soaking.
Wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think the after effect would be fantastic.
Yeah, no.
It smells like a Halloween costume up in here.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Somebody been Sodom soaking?
Dude, that's funny.
God bless you, Mormons.
Yeah. I could go on all day about the weird stuff in that religion for sure. They like their loopholes, man. Like, for instance, to me, like, the word of wisdom was written, and that's what they follow, like with the no tea, no coffee thing. But they'll correct you. They'll be like, we can have herbal tea. It just can't have caffeine in it. And we can't have coffee, but we'll drink the fuck out of Diet Mountain Dew. That's way worse for us. Has the same amount of caffeine content. And it's just like, what are you fucking doing? You know, like,
it's
so dumb.
Oh, we don't want those fresh beans from the earth. We want that fresh chemical from the factory.
Yeah. We like that man-made shit.
My body is a temple.
So I fuel it with Mountain Dew.
And then I let people soak in it.
Dude, I mean, I guess Mountain Dew, like, it does look like gasoline, so it is basically fucking fuel for the body. But yeah, man.
But coffee is the oil for the body.
Yeah, dude. That's true. That's very true.
Keeps everything lubricated.
Yeah, dude. Dude, if you want real fuel for the body and real oil for the body, matcha tea, dude. That shit is the best. If you want to, like, nearly shit your pants, drink some matcha tea. I'm just joking. It's not like that. But it actually wakes you up a lot, and it definitely, like, makes you regular, but it doesn't, like, it's not like a laxative or anything. But
being regular is underrated.
I agree,
it is
man.
a good thing. It's a good practice.
Yeah. And I feel like as you age, you become less regular. Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah.
Very much truth.
Yeah, dude. But
let's steer away from that topic, though. Let's not talk about constipation on the Obscure Hotline. We've talked about soaking. We're talking about too many things staying inside the body that should not just stay inside the body.
It shouldn't just stay in there. That's very true, dude. But okay,
man.
Not a great segue, but I do have a question. So the other day, and literally this morning, I was watching this show that my wife saw. She was in Florida the other day. I don't know how people feel about Florida. Sorry if you're from Florida, but it's like weird.
I hate Florida.
It's weird, bro. Like, so
despise it.
She saw this show in her hotel room. She was down there for work and everything. And so she gets back, and it's this show called Paranormal, like, Caught on Video or something like that. And dude, like, a lot of these, I was just like, nope. Like, I was just like, a lot of them are just so ridiculous, but also a lot of them, I'm like, give me 30 minutes with Premiere Pro and I will get you that video, and I'll fucking get you that video, and it'll look even better, you know, like, so I don't know though, but some people are weird about supernatural stuff. Some people aren't, but my question is, let's get even more obscure and weird with it. Have you ever had any weird shit like that happen?
Okay. One instance that is possibly a figment of my imagination. One instance that 100% is not.
Gotcha.
One, when I was 10-ish, 11, had myself pretty convinced I saw a killer clown outside my bedroom window.
Dude, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, but I was 10 or 11, so it could have been someone playing a prank. It could have been I had panic attacks when I was young. It could have been related to that. So that, dismissed mostly. But when I was that young, I was convinced I saw a killer clown. Second instance, super strange, dumb, but strange. So the house I live in now, there are moments where things happen that are just odd. I wouldn't go as far as to say unexplainable, but there's odd moments in the house I live in. Nothing crazy. But one morning, let me rephrase this. One evening, I went to wash dishes in my dishwasher, and we have a big old jug of liquid dishwashing detergent at the time. Always under the sink. I would never put it anywhere else. No one else in the house would ever put it anywhere else. Go to get it to wash the dishes. It's gone. Like, where is it? It was a full jug. It's gone. At the time that this happened, my kids were asleep. Couldn't find that stuff. Looked all over the place. Everywhere. Seriously everywhere. Thought maybe the kids had it. Where is this jug of dishwashing detergent? I shit you not, we looked everywhere because we really needed to run the dishwasher. It was going to stink. Yeah. Couldn't find it. Next morning we wake up and this is not creepy because it's about dishwashing detergent. But the next morning we wake up and like I'm sitting on the couch and I'm just tired. And my wife comes in and sits beside me and we start talking about the day. And we're just talking. And all of a sudden, like I catch something out of the corner of my eye and I look over and that big jug of dishwashing detergent is right beside our TV stand, just on the floor right there. When we went to bed, like our whole house was clean. We cleaned our house looking for the dishwashing detergent.
Dude, that's fucking weird.
Well, there was instances like before that where stuff would go missing and end up in really random places, like something was moving it. But never to the point where we were just confused. But at 6 o'clock in the morning when our kids were still asleep and the dishwashing detergent's just on display.
Dude, that's weird, stand, bro. Yeah.
It just was. It was just a weird thing. And I have no explanation for it, but it is sad that is probably the biggest instance of paranormal activity is that a poltergeist moved by dishwashing detergent.
That is actually really funny. Like, I feel like I could, like, if I was looking at like Reddit or some blog, I feel like I could see that story on there and just like be laughing. But also, like, if it was me, I'd be like, that's fucking weird, dude. Because I mean, regardless, if there was something supernatural, like, that's creepy. Dude, if there was someone in your house that stole your laundry detergent and then brought it back, also still very creepy, like, who knows, man. But I do feel like there's some weird stuff that's just like unexplainable, like, I don't know. There's a lot of theories out there, I guess, like as far as, like there's instances of us in a different dimension that are living in the same house doing different things. And sometimes, like if like they move the dish soap and they, set it right there and then it actually happens in your reality. I don't believe in that stuff, but like, it's just interesting to read about stuff like that. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to find out if it was me or my wife in the alternate universe and be like, why the fuck are you setting it by the TV stand?
Yeah. Try to send them
like, I could understand if it was on the counter somewhere.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, dude. Okay, so I also have two instances, and funny enough, one of them was when I was younger, and it's definitely one of those situations where I just felt like I was a young kid with a very good imagination. And I think I was just like really tired, kind of delirious, and maybe even slightly asleep. Who knows? But like my parents had this, the stairs in our house, in my house growing up, they would go down and they'd run right by the front door, like right there. And we have these two like skinny windows that are right there essentially. And so it's always been kind of creepy because you can like see a little bit when you're right there and you feel like people can see you a little bit. It's not great. So I was always creeped out by that anyway. And I think on this particular night, I probably just like dreamed something up a little. I don't know, man. But but there was just like this fucking little girl face just at the bottom corner of that window as I'm walking down the stairs, and dude, freaked my shit out so bad. But that's like the one
that's similar.
Yeah.
That's the killer clown.
Yeah. No, and it's interesting to me, like, I understand that our brains are like very powerful and we don't use a lot of it. And so it makes me feel like maybe there are other things that happen in your brain at certain times, especially relating to sleep and being tired, that maybe, you know, like you muster something up into your brain, you know, who knows? But yeah, dude, so there's that one. But then there's this other instance where it's definitely a lot more like creepy and debatable, I guess. But so there's this they actually tore it down, sadly, because it was fun to go to. Actually, I think I have 2 more instances. I'll hurry though. But so there's this old ass house, like north of town. There was like a little ways out.
You reminded me of a third instance. Let's keep going.
And so, yeah, dude. So north of town, and it's abandoned. It's like on its own farm, its own area and everything. And what did we call it? It had like a name. I can't remember. But one night in October, my friends were like, oh, like, let's go get creeped out. Let's go like walk around this place. And so we go out there, and there's 5 friends. And so we're walking around, and this place is actually like really fucking creepy. It's like a pretty small house. And then there's like a barn. The barn was like the creepiest shit I've ever been in. It had like a rope hanging down, no noose or anything, but it just still was like creepy shit. Like it just decayed. And so we are walking, and the 4 of us are like just talking and like being scared shitless, because I think we're like 15 at the time, 15, 16. And one of our friends isn't there all of a sudden, and we're like, oh shit, like he's probably gonna fuck with us, you know, like he's the douchebag that always fucks with everyone. So we're walking through the barn and everything, and we go out the barn and then walk toward the house, and there's like this open doorway that's a basement, and there's just like all these kids' toys there. I was like, oh my God, this is so creepy. So we like do the whole thing, and we go back to the car that's out front, and we're about to leave and everything. We're like literally don't know where our friend is the whole time. And about 5-8 minutes pass, we see him walk out of the barn, you know? And he's like, dude, I was waiting for you fucking guys to like walk through there. I was going to scare you. And I was like, dude, we already did walk through there. Like, whatever. Like, I don't know. So, we're about to pull away, and we all look back at the house, and there's just this fucking face in the window. And I was like, shit, dude. I'm like, is someone in there? Like, we like literally went through everything in the house, and there was like nothing there. And all 5 of us saw it. And so I don't know, man, it was creepy, but it was like an old lady face, like just in the window. Ugh, creepy. But
that's pretty creepy.
Yeah. Go and tell me your other one.
Again, slightly similar.
Yeah.
If not for the old building. So me and one of my first best friends growing up, we were into 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, all that stuff. And we had one 4-wheeler. I stayed at his house like almost every night during the summer. We worked on a tree house from the time we were in 5th grade until we were like high school. We finished this tree house. Like, we should have outgrown it, but it had like walkways from like tree to tree, like Star Wars Ewok style shit.
Damn.
And it's like the first place we got hammered. Like, took a case of natural light up to the tree house and got hammered. But anyways, we had one 4-wheeler, and we were planning on staying in the tree loft or whatever afterwards, having a few drinks. We were probably like 15, and my buddy's like, you know, you want to take this thing and go? I can't remember what it was called. I had a name, but it was like, you know, a set of wooded area that spanned a long distance, but we knew it really well. Yeah. And so I was like, yeah. So, you know, 2 dudes, one 4-wheeler, you know, no soaking involved, but we hopped on the 4-wheeler, and we went. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and we're going through all these, you know, trails and this path, and there's this really old wooden shack way out in the middle of nowhere. Just a wooden shack. Like you could see into it when the light was shining through the window. Like it just, it had cracks all the way through. It was made of boards, and some of them were warped, and, so it's 2:00 in the morning and we ride by that thing. On our way back, we rode by the wooden shack, and before we got near the wooden shack, we heard a loud crash.
Oh.
We're on the 4-wheeler, and my buddy stops the 4-wheeler. He's like, "Did you hear that? Like, that was louder than just like a deer stepping on a branch, or that was loud. Like It was like a tree falling in the woods loud." And I was like, "Yeah, but it's probably nothing." 4-wheeler wouldn't start. He shut it off to discuss what happened. Like, what was that noise? 4-wheeler would not start.
You get out of there.
We're like 10 feet from the wooden building.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah.
So he's trying to start it. Everything's fine. We're calm. Like, we're not terribly far from, we could have walked and went back and got the 4-wheeler the next day. But he's trying to start the 4-wheeler, and it's just whir.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, and this is no shit, red light poured out of that building.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like red light, filled with red light, beaming out of the cracks as the 4-wheeler starts, and we zoom out of there.
Dude, that's some alien shit right there, bro.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was.
That's crazy.
Whatever it was creepy, and I forgot about that until you were talking about
the old house
barn. Yeah. And that's been so long ago that like the memory is, it's not super vivid, but it's like it's still there.
Yeah, I get you.
Weird stuff.
Yeah, dude. That is creepy. That's creepy shit, dude. The last one that I thought of, I feel like there have to be other instances in some case, but
they'll probably come to us next Halloween.
Right. So the band that I was in at the time was called Kingdoms, and we were shooting this video called Burn, and you can go watch it on YouTube. But anyway, so we're in like this old
queuing it up.
Yeah, but Mike, here, check. But so we're in this like old on an Indian reserve building. We had to get permission to be there. Like, they were chill with it, whatever. And I mean, like, I literally, I have never been in a place that has made me feel this uncomfortable ever in my life. And it was just so creepy. But it wasn't a matter of like anything like popping out or seeing anything. But as I was like setting up my guitar gear, I was up in like this second level thing, and everyone else is setting stuff up or like making fake blood down below in like this other area. And no shit, dude, I would just like hear footsteps walking down the hallway, and I'd like look over there and no one was there, and I'd like look out down the hallway, no one was there. I was completely alone. And then I'd hear like footsteps or noises in the next room. I'd go into the room and there was literally no one. And dude, it was just like, I was wondering like, okay, there's quite a few people here. Like, there's like a whole like little production team. There's like some fucking actors or whatever. And so I'm like, maybe it's just, noises that are happening that they're making that sound like it's coming from this other room. But dude, it was still creepy, dude. It was still really creepy. And that place fucked me up a little bit. It was terrifying. But yeah, dude, my wife is actually in that music video. We weren't married at the time, but
I'm going to watch it as soon as I get the chance, because I'm intrigued.
Yeah, dude. So we shot in a lot of rooms that had like satanic stuff on it, and which like I'm not really, I don't know. I don't really read into that stuff a whole lot. But yeah, dude, this place was crazy though. It was definitely one of the creepiest places I've ever been to. But yeah, I don't know. I also think that like when you're freaked out in a situation like that, I think that our brains are far more powerful than we ever could understand.
Oh,
and that we can like will things into existence in our brains, not in the real world, but like,
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
Yeah. So you never know.
And especially when you're younger and more open to things.
Yeah.
Just like all the TV shows and movies say, like the older you get, you start to close it off a little bit and close it off and close it off.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't see anything creepy these days. So
yeah,
when I was younger, clowns, red light. Yeah. All that good stuff.
Dude, shit. Yeah. I do think that, I don't know, man. I do think we are more susceptible to stuff like that when we're younger. And even like, it might just be the fact that we're watching scary movies literally all the time. Like, even when it's not October, my wife and I watch probably 3 scary movies a week, like for sure. And so I think I'm just numb to a lot of it now. And I think that I've just kind of trained myself to not be scared of certain things. But now when we go to like, what do they even call them? Like spook alleys or haunted houses? I don't even know. What do you call them? But when we go to stuff like that, I'm just like not nervous at all. I'm like, I kind of miss being scared of stuff. But yeah.
I am the opposite. I have not trained myself at all to not be afraid of anything. So
yeah,
stuff creeps me out still pretty heavily. And I really want to watch these Terrifier movies, but at the same time, I don't want to be one of those jokers that pass out or pukes.
Dude, I've heard that too, man. Oh man. Yeah. Well, and that's the funny thing about that is like, there has never been like the first original Terrifier. There was a part of the movie in there, and I actually think it was inspired by Ed Gein. Actually, I feel like it was, but there's a scene in it it's very disgusting. It's very gross. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's fucked up, and a lot of people would get grossed out by it. But the way that I look at this is, I think that because I'm like into video and like film, and I watch a lot of movies, and honestly, I should probably review movies, but like just horror though. I wouldn't fuck with anything else. But I just look at it like, wow, they made that look really good and very realistic. Like those practical effects are incredible, or whether it was CGI, I'm just mostly giving props to the fact that they could make something look so good. And I'm not thinking about it from a perspective of like, here's a real person doing this to a real person. I'm thinking about every other person that's in the room that made that happen. And so I think that
right.
I kind of like trick myself out of being scared a little bit by thinking of it that way. Maybe that's what I need to do, is stop fucking thinking
that makes
like
sense.
That. But yeah. So
you're thinking about the the how it's made
what
aspect rather than the this could happen to me as soon as I walk out of here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, the part, it is gross. The only movie that that really got me to the point that I couldn't not think of it, which is interesting because I don't believe in a lot of stuff like this, but it was the newest, well, it was like 2013 Evil Dead. Like that movie like really got to me for whatever reason. And I even watched it again recently, and it still had the same effect on me. I was like, I couldn't think about it from a perspective of how it was made or anything. I was just legitimately scared. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
which is crazy because you don't hear a lot about that from horror buffs. Like, it happened, it's gone. It's, you just don't hear a lot.
Yeah.
You may be the first person you're the second. My sister-in-law, she's really creeped out by it, but
yeah,
it's apparently that's a cult classic, just like the first Evil Dead.
And it's so different. So incredibly different.
Oh yeah,
it's way more
it's an actual horror movie.
Yeah.
I think they did intend for Evil Dead to be somewhat scary. It just did not work.
And then they really leaned into it the next one.
And then they leaned into the formula that made it a cult classic, which was great, because Army of Darkness is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, it's great.
So
fantastic.
Not scary in the slightest, but it's one of my favorite movies.
Fucking fun, dude. Actually, speaking of which, have you watched the TV show Ash vs. Evil Dead?
I think I started to, and when my wife gives up on something, it's hard for me to go back because we always
that's fair.
watch our 1 hour of television together for the most part.
Yeah.
But so no, I'd say, yeah, I love Bruce Campbell to death. So I need to go revisit and watch it at some point, but no, I have not.
Yeah. I think I've only watched like the first 3 episodes, and I did really like it. And I think critically it did really well, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, dude, it's something I definitely want to go and watch. But my wife loves horror, hates satirical horror, does not like it. But, well, she doesn't mind like Zombieland, where I think that's the line. I think that when it's more focused in comedy, she likes it. But when it's like this split that's kind of like can be a little awkward and jarring sometimes, and it takes you out of either being scared or feeling like this is funny, I think that's when she kind of draws the line. But yeah.
Zombieland's fun. It's goofy, good fun, but not a Halloween movie or a horror movie by any means.
No. Yeah, I agree. I do like it though. I'm a big Woody Harrelson fan. I like him.
I almost thought you were going to stop at Woody. Like, I'm a big Woody fan. Like, Toy Story, penis, or Harrelson?
Both. Or all
Alan.
3.
or Alan.
Yeah, dude. But has Samson sent your thing? The Q9X?
Yeah, it's supposed to be here Saturday.
Nice. What videos do you have coming up next then?
Oh man. Tonight I have to go home and work on a Sterling audio video. They sent me the P10, the P20, and the P30.
Oh damn. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All in one video. It is a promotion.
That's nice at least.
So I got that to work on. Deborah Audio sent me a mixer. I've got that needs done. I mean, technically I've got like 50 things that need to be done. Yeah. But as far as priorities go and like companies that sent stuff, Tackstar sent me a mic that I have to do. Monoprice, I still have a mic I need to do from them. God, there's more. I've got a pile at home that's like priority, and then what I want.
That's how I organize it too. But yeah, dude. So the video for the Connect 6, I think I'm supposed to release it today, actually. So I'm going to be working on that for a while. And then there's the one that I showed you yesterday. Dude, actually, can you tell me, how do you pronounce this?
Comica.
That's how I was going to do it too. I was joking yesterday with you and calling it Kamika. I thought that was so funny though, dude. Like, but this thing is like honestly been surprising so far. So I'm really, I got one of my contacts over there said they'll send it to me when it's in the Amazon warehouse, which I know what that means. Buy it and we'll reimburse you. Which I hate. I hate that method. I refuse to do it 9 times out of 10, but for that device, I will do it. Yeah. But not before I email my other contacts at Comica and see if I can get it sent over right away. But I don't, stuff like that. It's that in particular. I want that. I have to know if it's good or not. Like if it's a contender against the Lewitts and the other things of the world, like I have to know. And you showing that to me, I got so excited, like, because it's just such an interesting looking device. It is.
Have you done anything with it at all?
I haven't. I plugged it in and just messed around like with how to change stuff. Other than that, no. Yeah. Is there
processing? Does that screen have anything to do with processing? Is there DSP?
There's an EQ option and a denoise option and a reverb option. And I think that's it.
Ugh, I hate reverb. Reverb option.
That's
okay if you play guitar, I guess, but
I'd never bake it in though. I would never bake it in.
No,
I think that's
no.
Yeah, I think that's a bad choice. Yeah. I want to EQ and do a lot more things before I ever touch reverb on anything.
Did you see any compression? Is there a compression? Because if it's lacking compression, that's a little bit of a miss. If they're going to do all that, but not do a compressor in there.
From what I saw, I didn't see a compressor. I just saw denoise and in an effects option. Like you can see them right here. Maybe. So you can see it has a mute, the denoise, and the effects, which the effects accounts for the EQ and the reverb. Yeah.
A little bit of a mess if they left compression out there, but otherwise it looks like, that device looks cool to the point to where if it's got some nice, clean, quiet preamps, it could be a banger.
Yeah.
And the fact that it recharges is just cool.
Dude, the charging thing is so cool. So yeah, you can see it has EQ. So the EQ option is essentially deep, natural, and bright. And then if you hold this down, I believe it actually. No, if you hold the effects thing down, then it switches to reverb. But then other than that, I'm pretty sure it just has, denoise on, denoise off. And that's about it. So unless there's something I'm missing, I do need to read the manual, but just kind of test it out a little bit. But everything else is really cool. Everything changes really fast when you actually press it on the device, loop back and everything. Yeah. It's very responsive and which is cool. So there seems to be a lot of cool stuff about it, but I do agree if there is no compression, that is a bit of a miss.
Bit of a miss, yeah. And it looks so big and chunky, and with the controls, you almost expect, which this is odd of me to say, you almost expect some kind of internal storage to record to if it's going to be portable,
that's actually fair.
Rechargeable.
Yeah. When it comes to thickness and size in general, overall, when it comes to girth,
thick.
Yeah, dude, when it comes to that, I will say it is bigger technically than the Lewitt Connect 6.
Yeah.
Which, it actually does have a lot of the same features in a way, which is crazy. It doesn't have, that's the one thing about the Lewitt though, is you have to be invested in changing stuff in the software if you want to get the most out of it.
Right.
So that's one way that the Rodecaster Pro 2 is really nice, is that you can change a lot of things on there. But I personally, I'm if I am going to be plugged into a computer to use a device, I don't really mind using the software. I love my Universal Audio software. I use the shit out of that, the console. So, I don't know, but it could be cool. I'll have to let you know when I use it, I think. But
they have a deadline at all for you on that one or no?
I can't remember. Uh-oh.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
Usually I make them give me a month. Usually.
Yeah.
So, that's usually where I'm at. I don't, if a company's hey, I need this out in 10 days, I'll usually say no. Just takes, it takes me too long.
That's no.
Yeah. Thanks for listening or watching and letting us be inside of you for this episode. We much appreciate it.
Nailed that timing.
Yeah.
Soaking.
Yep. Oh, but sorry if I've sounded a little bit different on this episode. I'm definitely getting sick. I can feel it in my throat.
Not good.
Yeah. Which sucks because I've got too many videos to do. I can feel it in my throat and it sucks.
Soaking.
Oh, so
a little bit of soaking going on.
Yeah. But
I wonder if that's the thing, if you just put it in the throat and then just soak. Is that the same concept?
I don't think she's going to like that. But honestly,
I better just leave all in the head.
Probably though. But.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But all right. Well, thanks for doing your thing and pressing place in a place of some choice.
And thanks for getting us over 40. Look at us growing.
I think we have
should
44.
Should we do a success, how to run a successful channel now that we've hit over 40?
Dude,
maybe
there are other people
YouTube
doing that. So.
Monetary success and
yeah. No, there was
a thumbnail where we're both like this.
Dude, I love it. Yeah.
I'm not froze. I just stayed.
Dude, honestly, I did think
All
you were
right,
frozen
yeah.
for a split sec, but all right. Once again, thanks for listening. We'll see you and be in you soon. Bye.
Yep, sure will.